and welcome to ReJoyce Reborns. I am here with the beautiful, beautifuls Joyce Anna and the handsome Mr. Owen James over here. And today we are going to be participating in last week's Theme Thursday. It is Wednesday, November 29th, and we are going to be participating in last week's Theme Thursday, which was corduroy. I'm sorry I'm late. I have a lot going on, and I would also like to explain that, as well as take part in a tag that's been going around called Never Have I Ever. And basically it's you tell two truths and a lie, and then you guys guess in the comments which is the lie, and then I'll record a video tomorrow or the next day with which is the lie. So I have some naked little babies here. Owen James is just playing with this little lovey, and Joyce Anna is playing with her little doll. It's okay, Willow, go lay down. And I am just going to change your diapers and get them started, but I will tell you what they're going to be wearing. So Joyce Anna is going to be wearing her little running shoes with a nice warm, because it's cold out, fuzzy pair of, they're not white, they're like an eggshell sock. She's going to be wearing her heart hat, as well as a nice long sleeve onesie. My dog is eating. That's Max, with a little rose on the collar. And for her corduroy, she's going to be wearing her little shirt. I'm in the middle of like crocheting something, but it has two buttons and then the rest stay open, so I figured that's why I'd put this under. So this is her corduroy shirt. It's a different kind of corduroy though. It's really, and it's just brown long sleeve, and it has two buttons on it in the shape of flowers, and it has flowers on it, and then through the middle is a lace, a brown lace, like a gray brown, and it has a bow, and the bottom is ruffled. And then for her pants to match, they are, I'm gonna say, jogging pant style pants, but they have the material that was like the shirt around the end of the pant legs, and it has that flower pattern on it. So that's what she's going to be wearing, and she's going to be using her, I don't have a brown soother yet, so she's going to be using her green Honeybug with her green pacifier clip that I handmade. Yes, I handmade these pacifier clips. So that. Owen James is going to be wearing a white onesie, the old-fashioned white koala baby onesies that come up like that. And then he, you'll figure this out in a minute, is going to be wearing his little blue socks, which will not be seen, and he is going to be wearing this orange sleeper. Crochet. The fun of crocheting. This orange sleeper with a bulldog on it. Underneath his corduroy overalls that say Little Wild One on it. I thought that made a cute match. And then for a hat, he is, did I show you the hat already? His hat seemingly disappeared, and it always does this to me when I'm getting ready. There we go. Okay, so he's going to be wearing his brown striped hat that probably looks like an off gray on camera. And he's going to be wearing his little orange shoes that I was so happy I found in one of the many of Reborn stash bags that I have. And he's going to be having his orange zebra pacifier with the pacifier clip that I made him, with the little car on it. Okay, so I'm just going to change their diapers and I'm going to tell you what's going on with me personally. And then I'm going to do the never have I ever. So, lately, as you all know, I quit my job because of bullying and harassment. So I've been going through a lot. Like, we have to depend on my husband's income, which is good because he owns his own business, but it's a change, right? Like, from going from working to having 2 incomes to having 1 income. And it's just, I'm feeling a little stressed with Christmas coming. And I know it's not about the presents or what's under the tree. It's about who's around the tree. Now, when I think of who's around the tree, this is sorry, I had to gather myself. This is my first Christmas without Grandpa. One thing about me, you know, is I don't like to cry in front of people, and I'm really, really sensitive when it comes to family because I'm very close with my family. So this is my first Christmas without my grandfather, and I'm just feeling like, my husband calls it the cup o' crap. Pardon my language, even though it's not a swear. And I'm just feeling like my cup of crap is full lately. And I'm just feeling really stressed out. That and my health. I've been having high blood pressure. Like, not the top number, which is a stylistic, but the bottom, which is a dialytic blood pressure, has been really high. I am on blood pressure medication now. As you know, I have that heart condition, and every year I do a Holter monitor test. I'll put a link in the description of what the Holter monitor test is, just because it would take a long time to explain it, and I really want to do the tag and get off the subject before I get a little too emotional. Anyways, so I have to go get that done tomorrow, and I will be wearing that monitor for 2 weeks for my heart, to make sure it is what it is and everything is still okay. Like I said, I do it yearly. I've never done a 2-week one before. He wants to do the 2-week one just because of my blood pressure. So he wants to make sure that's not affecting my heart condition. So that, and I had the MRI about my knee. It's a lot worse than we originally thought it would be. The good news is my ACL is perfect, which we never expected it not to be, the tendon in the back of your leg, which mostly athletes tear. Now, I don't know why I put Owens. See, I can't think. I'm super stressed, you guys. I'm sorry. This is why I haven't made a video yet. I've been trying to compose myself. Lots of tears have been had. So basically, my knee has osteoarthritis, which we already knew. My knee osteoarthritis has gotten to the point where as the joint itself is disintegrating, every time my knee dislocates, which it does, a piece of bone chip breaks off. So I have 21 pieces of bone floating in my knee, and which have to be removed. The one ligament on the one side of my knee has tightened to the point that it could break. The other ligament on the other side of my knee has broken. It's kind of like floating around, and they're like two loose ends with some spots. So that needs to be repaired. Originally they were going to rebuild my knee using tendons and ligaments from other parts of my leg or wherever, arm, or wherever they decide to get them. However, upon discovering this, they're not sure my knee is savable. So what my orthopedic surgeon is gonna do is he's gonna consult with a bunch of other orthopedic surgeons and see if it's worth it to do the surgery to try and save my knee, or if I just have to go for a full knee replacement. So yeah, that's also a lot playing on my mind. It would be in the new year, but still. And as you all know, I have bad endometriosis. That has been acting up. I do go see my doctor for that in January, and we're hopeful to schedule a surgery for the hysterectomy in March, so it doesn't interfere with my quality of life anymore. So it's like I have these surgeries coming up so that I can be the healthiest person I can be, and I miss my grandpa, and I miss my kids. My children are 17 and 18. They're not Rob's biological children, but he has raised them. And I don't want to get into too much detail on the internet because it's private, but as of December 3rd, it will be 2 years since I have seen my children. And that's all I'll say to that. So, yeah, my cup of crap is full. I didn't want to come on and just not say anything because I sound like, if I sound low, that's what's going on. And I didn't want to hide it from anybody because I love you guys so much. And you're my family. Your subscribers are my family, my YouTube family. And I didn't want to hide it from anybody, but I didn't want to go into great detail as to what's happening too much in our personal lives because, again, it is the internet, right? Like, starting to just like stress and forget where I put things, and been sad and soppy, and I just want to be happy and be thankful for what I have in my life. My aunt took my husband and I with my cousin on a beautiful walk tonight, down by the river in the dark. It was kind of creepy but kind of cool at the same time. We had a lot of laughs, and then we went to see Grandma, and then we came home. I'm working on Christmas presents for my family, and this year I'm doing all homemade Christmas presents. I think they mean a lot for me to make a homemade Christmas present, and that's what I decided to do this year for my family, is make homemade Christmas presents. So for my grandma, I know she doesn't watch the internet, so I can say this. I'm making her a light-up fairy garden. I can't say what I'm making anybody else in my family because they all watch the internet. So, but when I'm done the light-up fairy garden, I'll be sure to show y'all. So that is my news. If you say prayers, or you're into sending positive thoughts and vibes, I would appreciate it. Grandma's also a little low. This is her first Christmas without Grandpa as well, her husband, who she was married to for 65 years. So we're all a little low, but that's okay. Things are going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. We're going to trust in the Lord and Jesus, and if He brings you to it, He can see you through it. So we're just going to be happy with what we have and that we have it. And I have these beautiful two loveys, and I am working my little two chiffon Killarney. Now this hat is a little big on her, so I usually just wind it around in the back here. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about anything else. I just want to be happy. Now she looks like a little pirate and play with my babies. And you can't see her. I'm so sorry, y'all. So, Theme Thursday, Joyce Anna. She is wearing her little, it looks like a bandana now because the way I did it in the back. Her bright pink, light pink, gray heart hat. Her mint honey bug pacifier with the homemade clip I made her. I do make these for sale. I haven't gotten around just because of everything that's going on to getting my Facebook page up. When I do, I will put a link in the description. I want to have enough so that I can put some up on my Facebook page, and right now I only have 3 or 4. So you will be able to order those off of me. I'm hoping to have it up either before Christmas or in the new year. I'm sorry, there's just a lot going on. She is wearing her corduroy. Well, I don't know if it's a different kind of corduroy. It's like the bumpy corduroy. It's not the corduroy like Owen. I'm gonna lay her down on Owen James for a minute. Sorry, buddy. Owen James's outfit is the line corduroy, and hers is a bumpy type shirt with the 2 buttons done up, and as you can see when she lays back like that, you can see the little rose, and it looks like this came with this outfit, but it didn't. This outfit just came like that. I bought it by itself with her little pants with the ruffles and her cute little shoes, and I'm about to give her a big kiss and hug. And yes, I'm in my pajamas. I'm always in my pajamas. When I come home, that's the first thing I do is get in my pajamas no matter what time of the day. If I don't have to go out again, in my pajamas I get. If I have to go out again, then I stay dressed. But we got home like at 8 o'clock at night, and it is currently 11:30, so yeah. So she's here with her little dolly that she's gonna play with in her Theme Thursday outfit. And now we are going to get Mr. over there ready for his Theme Thursday corduroys, yes, corduroy outfit. And I'm going to tell you 2 truths and a lie, or a lie and 2 truths, or a truth, a lie, and a truth. Who knows? So I am going to set you back up on your bean and cheese burrito box because it works wonderfully. And we are not going to talk about any more sad things. And we are going to be happy. Happy, 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 happy. I just didn't want to come on here and have you guys be like, oh, you sound low. Or, you know, like my life is not all rainbows and sunshines. So, everybody wishes there was. But, oh, I just can't put her down. She's so cute in this outfit. Okay. So, I'm going to lay her on her side so she's looking at you. Position the camera a little bit better. There. Book. Okay. So, here is my first story. And so, as you all know, my husband and I have been together for 15 years. Almost 16, and we've been married for 5, almost 6. And I'd like to tell you the story of how we met. So, one evening I was going to my grandfather's, and I was taking a bus. And to go to my grandfather's, I had to get off at the bus terminal and transfer on to another bus. And I almost poured the water in the diaper, not the powder. So I got off at the bus terminal and I seen this guy which was Rob, but his hair was longer when I first met him. It was kind of past his shoulders, and I thought, you know, he's kind of cute looking. So he was just standing there and talking to another friend who happens to be a mutual friend of both of ours. That's my cat lying down, Journey. And there's Willow in her box. And Max is over there somewhere. So he said he thought I was cute. So he came up to me and he playfully kind of went like this in my shoulder. So he gave me a little punch in the shoulder. Not a to be mean punch, but a playful punch. And I playfully punched him back. And we started flirting back and forth. And then he picked me up, put me over his shoulders, and he airplane spin me. And he put me down, and he got on a bus. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is wonderful. He's it. He's the man I'm spending the rest of my life with. So I ran up to the bus, and as the bus was pulling away, I asked him for his phone number. And he said, I'm in the phone book. Name's Rob Ferguson. So, I went through a ton of Fergusons in the phone book. Rob Ferguson's, Bob Ferguson's. Finally, I called him and I got this answering machine, which I didn't think was the right number. And it was to leave a message, spin in a circle, press the pound key, press star 2222. It just went on, and it was a really funny message. And I didn't think it was him, so I hung up. And then the next day, I called the number again, and he answered, and we went on our first date to Tim Hortons, and the rest is history. So that is my first story. My second story is when I was little, we used to live in Brantford. I only moved up to Elliott Lake for 10 years, and then we moved back down here to be with family. So when I was little, we used to walk to school, and there was always this house that had chickens in the backyard. And me being the animal lover I am, always was trying to figure out a way, because it was known that this lady was the mean old lady that chased kids with brooms, and you have one in every neighborhood where, the house is haunted and she chases kids with brooms and everything. So me and my friends were divulging a plan to go in the back, because it was rumored that she killed her chickens with a hatchet right in her backyard and ate them, and we wanted to save chickens. So one time after school, we were walking down the sidewalk, and her car wasn't in the driveway, so we thought she was out. So me and 3 of my friends went and boosted each other over this big wooden gate, and it was huge. It was 5 feet high, and they boosted, of course, me having to be the first one, right? They boosted me over the gate and into her backyard, and then the next friend came over, and then the next friend came over, and we were looking in the backyard for the chicken coop. And we found the chicken coop, and I grabbed up a chicken, and my friend grabbed 2 eggs because she wanted to hatch them. And then my other friend grabbed up a chicken, and then we got just to the gate as I guess the lady was pulling in the driveway, and she was just getting out of her car. And here we are standing with eggs and chickens in our hands, in front of this lady who we referred to as, I know it's not nice, but I'm going to say it, the witch of the street, because, you know, all her windows had newspaper on them, covered up with newspaper, and she was really creepy and everything. And she caught us with the chickens. And I was so horrified and scared. I dropped the chicken, who ran away. I was trying to scramble over the fence. My friends were running the other way, hiding behind a set of bushes in her backyard. And she came into the backyard screaming. She went back into the house. She grabbed the broom, and she was chasing us all with this broom. And she told us that if we ever set foot in her backyard again, that she would call the police. But this time, she would let it go. So I, being the animal lover I am, was like the brave one. I went up to her and I asked her for a chicken. And she's like, no, you can't have my chickens. They're my food and blah, 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 blah. And I just felt really, really bad for the chickens. And then we got to school. We were horribly late. We were sent to the principal's office. And my mom was a teacher's aide, so she was there. And she was like, well, what's going on? And me being me, I'd never lied to my mom. I told her what happened, and I was so grounded. And no chickens were saved. So that is the second story. The third story is sorry about that, y'all. I need a drink of water. So the last story is when my husband and I first met, we always went to this one pizza parlor on the corner and ordered pizza. And then there's a cemetery called Greenfield Cemetery, and I find it quite peaceful. And I don't know why. I was just drawn to that cemetery. That is my husband playing on YouTube. He's just, I love him so much. I am so richly blessed to have him. He is stuck by my side through everything. And anyways, before I get an emotional sappy mess with how much I love him, so we were walking through the graveyard and we were going to sit under this big beautiful oak tree when, to his words, suddenly I shrunk by 3 feet. And I'm already shorter than him. Like, I'm 5'2", he's 5'6". So we were hanging on hands, and suddenly I shrink by 2 feet. Well, lo and behold, I fell through an unmarked grave in the ground. It was a vault. And I guess the erosions over the years just eroded it to the point where, like, the grave was on a hill, to the point where the top of the vault was just below the grass. And this grave was about 400 years old, and I fell through. In falling through the grave, the vault cracked, and half the vault was on top of my foot and the other half was under my foot, so it was pinning my foot. So me having bad anxiety, my husband says, oh, you found a gopher hole. And I'm like, no way, like, this is not a gopher hole. So his shoes won't fit in, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So my husband took out his cell phone he had at the time, and he called 911, and he said, my girlfriend's stuck in a grave. And they said, it's illegal to prank 911, sir, and hung up on him. So he waited a couple seconds, and he called back, and they said, please fire ambulance. And he said, all of them. My girlfriend is stuck in a grave. And she said, again, sir, it's illegal to prank 911. At this time, my husband says, well, you have my cell phone number. I've told you where I am. Come and arrest me. So they sent 5 police cars, 2 firefighter trucks, and 2 ambulances. And when they got there, it was like Christmas morning because the firefighters were looking out of the window, like with their face pushed up against the window, like smushed up against the window of the fire truck. And the first thing they did is get out of their fire truck, look at me, and start laughing. And they started taking pictures of me stuck in this grave with their cell phones. And then they had to carefully extract me with shovels and stuff. They originally thought my foot was broken from the vault giving away, because the way it gave away was like it cracked in the middle and my foot went in between, so I had half under my foot and half pinning me down. So big, strong, heavy, burly firefighters got the vault off my foot, and they were joking with me to keep my anxiety down, and they put the oxygen on me, and they're like, oh, is anybody tickling you down there and stuff? And then I ended up going to the hospital. The doctor in Emerge at the time did not believe me that I was stuck in a grave. I had x-rays. Luckily, I only broke my big toe, and it was okay. And then, not only was that bad, but the first person to meet Rob and I at the hospital was a reporter for the Brantford Expositor. So, yes, I was plastered on the front page of the paper of the Expositor, Woman Unhurt in Grave Predicament. So those are my 3 stories. 2 are true, 1 is a lie. I will either come on tomorrow or tomorrow is Friday. I will either come on tomorrow or Saturday and tell you which one is the truth. Have fun guessing in the comments, and I will show you Owen's theme Thursday. I can't get his shoes on, y'all, but he's cute. So here is Mr. Handsome. He's got his little hat on that does look gray. It's actually a weird brown. Joyce Anna sometimes wears it with that outfit. It's kind of a unisex thing. He's got his orange sleeper underneath. I think it looks so cute because it gives the impression of that he's wearing these little puppy dog sockies. And his corduroy, what do you call these, overalls, with his pacifier clip that I made him, and his pacifier that I made him. Like, I put the magnet on the back and everything. So, which one do you think is a lie, and which one do you think is true? Have fun, guess in the comments, and we'll see you all in the next video. Remember to always smile. It's the only good thing that's contagious and can cross any language barrier. We love you all and see you shortly. God bless. See you later. Say good night.